Hi, welcome to our channel. Przemysław Błaszczak, a theatre director from Poland, talk about his theatre philosophy method. His exclusive interview only on Samantaral Bhavna.
Przemysław Błaszczak, leader of Khoka studio, working in a Grotowski Institute in Wrocław, Poland. Khoka studio, it's a place of practice. It's a place where we combine both theater and martial art practice. If I say martial arts, I mean Japanese traditional martial arts, Aikido. If I mean theater, obviously, especially through the place we working, we feel connected to the tradition of Jerzy Grotowski, of a theater. First of all, I need to say Khoka studio is not really a theater. It's a studio where we stay on the field of theater and we even produce the performances. But this is not the goal of the studio, of the work of the studio. Our goal is a research on actor's craft, on performing arts, including martial arts, which are another kind of performance. And I'm not saying here about applying elements of martial arts into, let's say, show or whatever like that, quoting one discipline inside of the other, but about understanding, practical understanding of the principles and finding an essence which can be useful to understand how to perform and who's the performer and how we can teach a performer and how we can work on ourselves as performers. I'm very far from having method. I don't believe I'm in a place of life, me, both my colleagues, to have a method. We might have some kind of methodology or approach, but I prefer to use a term, we have a questions. We have a way of asking questions. The word method, which is kind of present nowadays, also in very strongly in a theater, in a field of theater. I believe it's reserved to great masters and to something which is very complex, accomplished, which is completed. So if I hear method, I hear Meyerhold, I hear Stanisławski, I hear also Tertsopoulos, a great master of Greek theater of nowadays, who constructed a very complex method of working with actor, leading from the corporal training through vocal training, improvising to creation of the material and so on and so on. In this sense, I don't have any method, and I believe for a long time I will not have it. For now, I need to ask questions, and I hope to get more questions with each answer, which I get in a laboratory, in a room I'm working. My philosophy in a work is a philosophy of asking questions. If we take, and I want to really place it like that, the central question of our work is a question of a truth, true in action, true in doing, how you can be in true while doing. As in martial arts, it's quite evident because you need to work honestly. If you start to pretend, it's all just doesn't make sense. There must be this real thing going between two people working together. Yes, this kind of approach I really like to apply to the work of a performer, asking each time how much through is in your performance, how you can stop cheating me, how you can kind of stop us acting, how much I can meet person. Yeah, if we would like to follow the language of Jerzy Grotowski, how I can find my performer performer kind of naked, in a sense, not wearing any mask. I would say that the most important for us is to understand how performer can work on himself. So through this domain of a theater, we would like to ask ourselves on the doer itself, on a human being in process of doing. So if there is a central category of true, so following this, what is the truth of a performer and how we can understand how to work on ourselves in order to stay in constant connection to the truth. Maybe it's better to say that actually the subject of the work of the studio is to really use the martial arts and the theater in order to understand some basic mechanism in which we can start to realize some processes or some patterns of behavior which comes from a socialization, from different forms of education, which in fact keep us disconnected from this vital source which can be described as a true. It means that through constructing performing structures, on the end of the day also some performances, we want to get the tool with which we can experience ourselves in doing and understand better the mechanisms which are ruling the quality of our doing and how we can overcome some of the obstacles, how we can recognize what is blocking us or what is preventing us from certain actions, certain qualities, certain intuitions. What is the mechanism of self-judgment as a performer, as a doer, and how in this way we performers, doers, are preventing ourselves from open stream of vital action in us. In the martial art training, there is this moment when you start to feel free inside of the forms you inhabit. And I deeply believe that we can achieve this kind of attitude in other performing structures. So in our case, theater is a very interesting laboratory to investigate and to meet very strong practices which are great tools to work on human being. So these global platforms, beside of the function of the information, potentially, and I wish you have a power to initiate it, should be also a place where the artists can start to find a way to collaborate, to exchange the thoughts, to speak about the urgent topics, and to also find a way to survive, to support each other, to get into contact, to make international projects, to bring art of one to the other place of planet, to present it, but also to help to survive, to carry on the message. The culture of a time we live in is the letter in a bottle we send to the future. I don't think we will send a lot, or we will be, no, I want to say it differently. I don't really think that what will be the proof of our times will be the way we spend money. If anyone in 100, 200 years will try to understand what was the central idea, what was the thoughts, what was the humanity of the 21st century, of the first decade, 2 decades, 3 decades of the 21st century. They will not check our bank accounts, they will not check the cars we're driving, they will check the culture. If we want to send a letter in the bottle to the future, if we have something to pass from the past to tomorrow, this is the culture. If we don't take care of it, also by supporting each other, it's gonna be divided and weak and maybe lost. So I believe your platform can have a great function. I wish it will.
If you like our work, please like, share and subscribe and press the bell icon for all the notifications. Thank you. See you again.